Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another sort of CONVALLARIA video, and we've got EDDA dropping in 3 days. It was confirmed today on the Twitter page. You can see it right here. Brightest Night is dropping on the 16th. And I want to start this video by saying, if you have Barrel or like a magic damage dealer that is hard carrying your account, which is like Barrel right now, this is your girl. She is a support unit that will enable Barrel to do massive amounts of damage. And it's not even a hard combo to pull off. She's insanely good. She's still ranked very high on the Asian version of the game. I'm going to show you exactly why in this video. And to answer the should you pull question right away, look, if Barrel's carrying you or you want to be pushing through some boss stages that you otherwise don't have business beating, this girl might enable you to do it. So let's break down her skills. I'll show you a little bit of video of her in action, and yeah, let's just get right to it. So first of all, her passive Spark the Greet, or Sparks That Spread. We can actually look onto the Twitter page right here and get a little bit better. We'll get an English version of this. So Catching Fire is what it's called in English, where she'll perform a follow-up attack that does physical damage to enemies surrounding her. If we look at the breakdown here a little bit, it's enemies within 4 tiles of her. She will do a physical attack follow-up. If you pull if you get her to 3 stars, right? If you pull 2 duplicates of her or build up to the point where you have 2 duplicates of her, she'll actually do that 2 times. And this is nice because as a support character, this adds a little bit of damage to her kit, which is which is a valuable thing to have. She's not here to do damage though. She is here to enable your magic damage dealers, or really any of your other damage dealers in certain ways, to pop off. But just know that as she enables them, she will be able to do a little bit of work herself. Okay, let's go ahead and go to her tier 1 skills. I want to talk to you about what this character is supposed to do. I'm not going to go through every single skill here because this is a rough translation. I'll wait till I have her in game and I'll show you a full build guide, but this is what she does. You take construction at tier 1. She builds a box. Literally, you know, all those boxes you see in game, she builds them. She just puts them out. This allows a unit to stand on them, gaining the high ground advantage. It also procs a lot of her passive abilities, where she is tankier and does more damage if she is standing next to an item on the field. So cover advantage right here, for example, right, is when there is an item, so a barrel, a box, you know, some a terrain item, whatever, any kind of item that you can destroy essentially in the game, she'll take 40% less damage. This perfectly leans into her bossing ability because damage reduction is just massive in boss stages. She can take 40% less damage, and by letting other characters stand on top of these boxes, give them the high ground advantage. Because think of your weapon farming stages. Those bosses are sitting on the ground. Put a unit on a box, they get that high ground advantage. That'll be a big deal for her. So construction is really nice. You take that at tier 1. At tier 3, you take throwing barrels, and I think you take guiding light. These are both insanely good skills. She's absolutely someone who you might want to actually use your Castalias on and get both of these skills. The one I think you must take is throwing barrels though. I'm going to show you a video right here of throwing barrels in action and just kind of break it down for you. Okay, so this was a video that Tamias was actually showing on his channel. It's the best video I could find that shows this off. So here's what's happened so far. Your EDDA has put 2 boxes on the ground. Barrel's your main carry. She's standing on a box to get the high ground advantage. And notice how there's alcohol, there's wine all over the floor by this boss. That wine is applying a debuff to the boss. Specifically for this case, it's applying a 40% magic reduction debuff to the boss. Now, I'm going to jump into the client for a second here, and I actually have to jump into the test client because I left my main client open at work and Steam won't just auto close it for me. Anyway, I want to show you a piece of gear that you can also have EDDA or another character run, and you can stack these things. So you put a 40% magic defense debuff on the boss with EDDA's skill, and then using this right here, the disaster bottle, you can apply level 2 attribute debuffs to the boss. Now, level 2 attribute debuffs can be magic defense down 2. You can find another way of applying this. There's other characters in the game that could put magic defense 2 debuff on a boss, but still, this is another 40% reduction. I believe it's 40% reduction to the boss's magic defense. Then there's a commander ability in game, and this is where I wish I could open my main client, but I call them commander abilities. There is a, one of these pursuit order. There's one in the game that you can further debuff a boss's magic resist. And in the video that we're going to watch right here, you are watching a fully debuffed boss take a shot from barrel. Watch this damage. This is the level 70 boss right here, I believe. Just watch. Like, look, like I said, this isn't my client. I'm just watching a video of this happening. But barrel's on the high ground, boss is on the low ground. Boss's magic defense has been debuffed. 5,200. That by itself would be a lot. That's a 3-hitter for barrel. That's 15,000 damage. And then EDDA, we'll just watch this till the end. EDDA will follow that up by popping the boss with a follow-up attack once for another like 1743. So that's that. That's what EDDA exists to do, and it's absolutely busted, especially if you have barrel. If you don't have barrel and don't have an easy way to get her, EDDA will fall into the standard pool after she's gone. Maybe you don't pull her, or you don't even think about pulling her if you lack the main magic damage carry, right, that can really take advantage of all this debuffing you can do. So that's like EDDA's core thing. That's what she's really kind of meant to do. After that, like, the nice thing about her is, for right now, for global in this game, everybody playing basically has access to tier 3. Unless you just started, you have access to construction and barrel throw, the two things you really need. By the time you're fighting these bosses, you have access to at least your 5th, your tier 5, to give you that cover advantage to take damage reduction, or don't take fight back, take cover advantage. And then maybe you have access to level 7 already, which will get you street fight, which is when you're next to an item, again, a barrel, box, like she can spawn, all of that. Her attack increases by 15%, and she can move after an active attack, which again, there's a lot of moving about you have to do on boss stages. She's just such an insane PvE boss killer. Not sure how great she's going to be as a PvP unit, but one thing we can look at right here, the throwing barrels puts the liquor debuff on the stage. Now it calls it the strong liquor debuff, and if we look right here, it says EDDA attacks the target and surroundings, changing the afflicted tiles into liquor. We can look at what like liquor does. That is in the game already. We can pull that up. Like if you go to the guide, boom, Guild and guide, very close in spellings right there. We can go to the battle guide right here, go to terrain, and we can look at liquor. And when a character passes through or stays on liquor terrain, they are afflicted with a liquor for a certain number of turns. They get drunk. When a liquor terrain is attacked with fire, it's ignited. When walking on it, each tile consumes additional movement. Here might be a big implication for PvP. Being able to like zone control in manual PvP when we get that seems really important. And she can provide a big zone that maybe you can follow up with a, that's also going to magic debuff the enemy. Then follow up with a big fire attack, do some damage, pop that fire explosion, or have Beryl just launch her magic missile. So that's the EDDA preview today. Again, I will definitely do a bigger video on this. Like once I pull her, I'll do a follow-up, show the build in action, show how OP she is. So many characters in this game that I still want to do like full video guides for, but very excited for EDDA in 3 days. And I hope that if you're somebody who's like, having Beryl carry you, you do consider pulling for EDDA. I think she'd be very worth pulling, and the Asian players agree. She's still ranked, I think she's tier 0.5 on like the latest Asian tier list and things like that. So still very highly valued, especially as a PvE boss unit. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Good luck on your pulls if you're pulling for. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.